Do you have kids on their phones in your classroom? I know I sure do. Are you tired of the students glued to their phones or kind of have them doing one of these sneak peeks, acting like they're fooling somebody? They're like, oh, what? Yeah. Well, you're not alone. This is one of the top issues building up in teachers. So I'm going to give you three strategies that you can use in order to solve this situation. First, number one, use it for good. Stop fighting the current. Start going with it. Phones aren't going away. So let's build them into the lesson where it makes sense. Let's find ways to incorporate technology. How, Back in the day, we thought it was great for everybody to be able to use computers. Now everybody has their own personal computer right on them in their pocket. So let the students find ways that they can do research. Maybe they can create things with their phones, with their apps. That just seems to make sense. Use Google Chat, for instance, to communicate with the kids. One of the things you can do is speak the kids' language by texting them through their phone. I've done it during class. I've had times where everybody's totally quiet and we communicate just through Google Chat. Now I'm on my computer, but anybody who has a phone can be on their phone, and it's so much fun. They think that it's the coolest thing. Now, I will tell you that strategy number two is to be okay with saying no, because sometimes the answer is just no, and that's okay. Because you started off with a yes, the kids are more likely to accept the no. That's why we say yes as often as we can, because sometimes we have to say no. Now, the way you say no is number one, by talking to the admin first. What is the school policy? Make sure you know it. Try to maneuver it so that you feel good about saying no. Reach out to the parents in an email at the beginning of the year. Say, hey, here's what our policy is on phones. We do use it, but sometimes we can't, and that's okay. And then number three, have that same conversation with the students. Talk to them. Say, hey, listen, we're going to be using our phones this year, but it seems reasonable to me that it has to be for school-related activities. Does that make sense to you? And the kids are like, yeah, cool, let's do it. Then number three, build those boundaries with purpose. Let's talk about how we can do that. Number one, I'll say things like, you can use your phone if it's for good, if you're doing the work you're supposed to, and if I trust you. That word trust is how this entire program runs. And everything in your classroom should work on trust, because we don't treat kids, each one of them, exactly the same. We treat them based on how trustworthy they are. It's the same thing for you. You get certain privileges if you're more trustworthy. You have a license because you can handle a license. If you can't, then guess what? The government will take away your license to drive. So here's a few tips. Number one, on how to do all this. Day one is everything. If you're halfway through your year, it's going to be difficult, but it can be done. However, you're going to want to implement these processes on day one. Now, number two, lead by example. If phones aren't allowed, guess what? That means you too. You can't do one thing and expect them to follow if you're not willing to do it. And then number three, ask the students, can it wait? If not, let them take 30 seconds in the hall like a restroom break. Respond quickly. Don't move on. Don't let phones begin to rule your classroom. What you're going to want to do instead is say, hey, buddy, do you need that right now? If it can wait, let it wait. And I love sign language. This is sign language for wait. So beginning of the year, I'm like, can it, hey? And then they're like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, okay, put it away. So you don't even have to make a big visual or verbal thing. You can talk to one kid from across the room just by, hey, can it wait? And they know what it means. So this is just one issue. Visit classroomflow.us. I can show you how those students who are the hardest to handle are thinking and what you can do to help kind of direct your classroom so that things flow smoothly for all of them.